Well, here at home in KwaZulu-Natal, ActionSA is claiming that the KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Economic Development, Mxolisi Kaunda, has put the blame for the sewage crisis there in eThekwini on the city's administration. The city said one of the main reasons for the fact sewage is being pumped into the rivers and then going onto beaches is because of the floods in KZN last year. ActionSA says in its legal documents the province is blaming the council. Both the province and eThekwini are governed by the ANC. ActionSA is taking the eThekwini Mayor Mxolisi Kaunda to court over the issue. Zwakele Mncwango is the chair of ActionSA in KZN. Zwakele, good afternoon to you. You've lodged a legal application in this. What's the MEC for Economic Development saying?
Yeah, we lodged an application which the whole court will hear on 27th of February. And out of all the respondents, there were actually 8 of them. Unfortunately, we haven't received any response from the municipality. They missed the deadline of yesterday, on the 6th of February. Only Economic Development and Tourism and Environment Department have responded, which is head by MEC Mxolisi Kaunda. But the revelation on the answering affidavit actually throw council on the bus, including the mayor and the city manager. And they also arguing that the issue of floods can be just an excuse by the municipality, because they are actually providing a proof that since 2020, they received complaints around the sewer and affecting environment. So they've been complaining about pollution sources, which is sewer pump stations and infrastructure. So they provided the court with documentation proving that since 2021, they have been engaging with the city. They had several meetings. They even issued an instruction to the city to actually close the beaches up until all sources of pollution have been sorted out. And they even proving that they have actually laid 4 criminal cases against the city manager, the head of department, and also the mayor. So basically, economic development is saying they've done their part, because our argument in court, where we're saying this department has failed to ensure that there's enforcement of a National Environmental Management Act. So their argument is they've done their part. They've actually done whatever they're supposed to do in terms of the act.
So Mxolisi Kaunda, who's really, I suppose, for you, the main political target here, you are a political party, but you're saying he hasn't responded at all. I mean, the case really is about the behaviour of the eThekwini Council in this, about they're the ones who've allowed the sewage to be pumped into these rivers.
Very strange, Stephen. They haven't just responded. Actually, it's not only him. It's the Minister of Tourism, failed to respond on time. Minister of Forest and Environment failed to respond on time. Minister of Sanitation didn't respond. And the Minister of Culture failed to respond, including the municipality and the mayor. So basically, they are showing the court the middle finger. But we have extended the time to Friday. Obviously, if they fail to file on Friday, the court will have to decide how we move forward. But on the 27th of February, the matter will be heard by court. But we are glad, Stephen, that at least economic development in the province have shown interest on this matter and have provided with a proof that actually it's not even money. They are arguing in their papers. They are saying in several meetings they have the city. At no stage the city raised the issue of a budget. So basically, the city have failed to deal with the issue of infrastructure and also protect environment in eThekwini. That is why we also want to follow up on the issue of prosecution, because they are now saying NPA is sitting with these cases. They've filed case numbers on their answering affidavit. So I think now it's up to NPA to prosecute those who have actually affected our environment in eThekwini. But we are glad that this department have been responsive and they've managed to provide the court with all the evidence that actually it's the city that failed Prefect eThekwini, and also providing evidence that the excuse of floods is just a silly excuse, because the issue of sewer have been there for since 2020. But also, more importantly, they are arguing that they never gave a city permission to open beaches, because the last conversation they had with them in writing was that they must close all the beaches up until pollution sources has been sorted out. But the city went ahead in December by opening those beaches. So basically, this people is throwing everything into the hands of the city, and the city must now respond.
Zwakele Mncwango, thank you, the chair of ActionSA and KZN.